Hey, Cal Poly. This is a Guide to Meetings by Jeff Armstrong.
Oh, what up, Armstrong?
Popular with the students, it's the Mustang way. What am I doing, you say? Oh, just writing an email to my advisors to remind them about the conference we have tomorrow regarding the faculty meeting agenda. It's in a couple weeks. It's pretty important stuff. So, trusted advisors, what issues do you think are very important for us to talk for this next meeting? I already know that a big concern will be the third rush, so I've already contacted IFC president, but is there any others issues that we can talk about?
Yeah, we definitely need to talk with a few department heads about implementing the quarter semester solution and just how they feel about it and what ability they'll have to teach. And I think Professor Jansen would be a good person to have for that. He's got a wealth of knowledge on the subject, and being in the engineering department helps.
Yeah, I would recommend Professor Fowler as the head of the architecture department. I know architecture is really strong about this quarter semester debate.
Those are both good choices. I think we should definitely do that. But lastly, I think we should also add ASI president just to have the student voice in the meeting as well. Now that we know who's going to be attending this meeting, I feel that we're going to also have to talk about the certain ground rules that are going to be established during the meeting. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of touchy subjects. The deferred rush, obviously, IFC is going to have a strong opinion about it. Everyone seems to have an opinion already about quarter and semester, so we're obviously going to have to level out the emotions here so we can have an actual topic or discussion.
Okay, so we have our purpose of the meeting. We ranked our agenda items by importance and established norms for the meeting.
The ranking, just to be sure, right now it should be 1 is the quarter semester, 2 the deferred rush, and 3 I think ASI is going to talk about WOW. So this is definitely all written down.
I agree.
But one last point, it's good that we've already talked about structuring this meeting so it runs smoothly, which I hope goes well, but forgot to mention, I think we should also bring in Tal Scriven to the meeting.
Sir, don't you remember last time what happened when we brought him to the meeting?
I like the sound of that, the Mustang way. What do you think, Scriven?
Scriven?
Of course I remember, but I've been meeting with him individually, outside of work, building rapport, all that. And I'm working with him to make a more effective meeting and just for him to be more of a productive listener. So I think the meeting is going to be a perfect opportunity for him to show that he's practiced these skills. So try not to worry too much about it, guys.
All right, well then I'm sure he'll be a valuable addition to the meeting, sir. I hope everything runs smoothly. Tal Scriven is going to ruin this meeting.
The man is unfathomably lazy and unproductive. He needs to get his sandals and dirty hair out of here.
And he needs to shower.
How did I feel about the meeting? I think it went pretty good. I feel like the advisors and I did pretty well. It's gonna go smooth, but maybe it's just me being optimistic. I don't know.
What was the question?
Professor Fowler, how are you doing this morning?
Fine, just fine.
Looks like someone's got a bad case of the Mondays.
I don't have anything against Professor Jansen himself, but come on, a case of the Mondays, what is that?
Did you get Dr. Armstrong's email
Yeah, I got it.
about the meeting this week?
Yeah, I'll be there.
How do you feel about the semester quarter system?
I'm all for the quarters. I think it's really important that my students get to take as many different classes as possible.
Really? See, I like the semester because I feel like I don't get enough time with my students and they don't get to learn enough. Also, I don't really like teaching 3 times in 1 year the same material over and over again.
Well, the cost of switching from quarters to semesters is so big that I just think it's a wash. We've got to keep it at it as is.
Okay, well I guess we'll talk about it in the meeting.
I guess so.
All right, thanks everyone for coming to today's meeting. I'm glad we all worked out our schedules. But just before we start, if everyone would like to go around and just do a formal introduction to start the meeting off.
Yeah, I'm Diego Silva. I'm the coordinator of IFC on campus, which is the Interfraternity Council, so I'm speaking on behalf of all those members.
My name is Katie Morrow. I'm here representing the Cal Poly student body as the ASI president.
My name is Dr. Fowler. I'm here representing the architecture department.
And I am Dr. Jansen, and I'm here on behalf of the engineering department.
Perfect. And I'm obviously President Armstrong. You guys can just call me Jeff. Unfortunately, Professor Scriven is our 6th member, and he's still not here yet, but I think we're just going to start off the meeting just by passing out the agenda for today. There you go. Okay, before we begin, I'd like to just put it out there right now that to try to make it as effective, that I'd like to assign roles for everyone. For me personally, I'm going to be the facilitator just because I don't want to interject my opinions as much due to the fact that this meeting for me is for gathering information. I'd like to hear everyone, so I will not be voicing my opinion as much. But Diego, would you like to be the minutes writer?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you mind telling me more about what that entails?
Yeah, it's more like you just write down the action plan of what's going on, so at the end of this meeting we can talk about how we're going to implement what we decide on.
Okay.
Katie, I'd just like you to have just voice your opinion. Don't really necessarily have a role, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, that's great.
And Fowler, would you like to be the scribe?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is keep notes, record ideas, so we don't forget anything that is brought up.
Great, I can do that.
And lastly, Jansen, all you need to do really is be the timer, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Just if we're getting off topic or we're being distracted, just intervene or just try to make the meeting flow. Okay, now that everyone has their roles, I just want to just bring up again about the ground rules. This is a very open discussion that we're going to have, so I'd like everyone to talk and have a voice. Just raise your hand and I'll address you. And with all that now, going to the first topic of our agenda is the concern about the quarter versus semester debate. And I've been getting some information from the chancellor of the California State University system. And he's saying that on the horizon could possibly be a semester change. So I would like to open it up to you guys and feel, how do you guys feel on if we were to change from quarter to semester? Go ahead, Ollie.
Well, representing the architecture department, I would like to recommend that we do stay on the quarter system because I believe that for our students it simulates the work environment that they're going to be put into in their careers, and being able to take a variety of classes for our students is something that I believe strongly in.
As far as engineers go, we have a lot of very difficult material that will need more time to teach our students, and I think semesters would be a better way to go about teaching them the material and having it sink in on them and having them actually learn it.
That's true. Now that we've heard from the faculty, I'd like to hear what the students feel about this topic.
As a representative of the Cal Poly student body, I feel as if the student body feels very strongly about staying on the quarter system. The students say that it makes Cal Poly feel unique, it makes them feel special for going to a Cal State school that is on the quarter system. And I've heard that students actually do come to Cal Poly because of the quarter system itself. So I also have heard that students do prefer the semester system as well. So I would like to propose that we create a poll to see what the students think about this change in the system.
I would have to agree with Professor Jansen on this one. I think semester system's a good idea. I know it may cost more initially, but in the end it'll be more cost efficient.
These are both very good points, but I like Katie's idea of the poll. I don't know what y'all think, but I think that would probably be a very effective way to see how the students feel. It's a very Mustang way. So I think that's what we should go with, I think, for the first step.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, maybe we could add to the action plan to propose a poll to the student body for next week.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
We'll add that.
Quarters, semesters, whatever. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. I'm getting paid.
Now that we've implemented a plan for our first item on the agenda, we can move on to the second, which is deferred rush. Diego, would you like to explain to the rest of the group what deferred rush is?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, deferred rush means that freshmen coming in are not given the opportunity to rush fall quarter, and they have to wait till winter and spring to rush. This originally came across a few years ago because a fraternity had an incident where they were rushing a freshman. There was too much alcohol involved. The kid got in trouble. He was under distress and ended up dying from the incident. So it's absolutely a huge issue on this campus. I know the fraternities really want to have Fall Rush back. They feel like they deserve it in every way, and they've been working really hard to try to get that back, but we need to talk about it as a whole campus event.
I feel that since the incident, the fraternities on campus have shown exemplary behavior. They've really shown that they are responsible, and I feel like they do deserve to get this privilege back, especially since sororities on campus are allowed to rush students in the fall.
Well, I think as long as student safety is one of the first priorities, then it's definitely something that we could consider making a possibility again. So just if this is going to be brought up for fall quarter, maybe in the upcoming fall of 2013, to have student safety being of utmost concern.
Yeah, I don't want any students to forget what happened. I want it to be fresh in their mind. I want them to see informative videos and be responsible about it. And I mean, they're college adults now, and I think that we should trust them with it.
It's very all true. Diego, do you think you could start a ball rolling on that?
Yeah, I'll let the IFC know immediately, and this will be a huge benefit to them. They're gonna love this. So I'm going to get the ball rolling on this, and then hopefully within the next few years they'll be able to start having freshman year rush again during the fall quarter.
Sounds like a great plan, y'all. Okay, now that we have a plan now for deferred rush, I want to move on to the final point in this agenda, and it's about WOW Week. And I've got a growing concern from my staff about how the activities off campus for WOW Week should be taken off, and how we should explore more of Cal Poly school. And how do you guys feel about that, having freshmen just down school during WOW Week?
I actually feel very, very strongly about keeping WOW, at least partly off campus. I feel that a lot of students are coming to San Luis Obispo for the first time. Even though they may have visited with their parents, this is the first time they're moving to the city, and it's a completely different town from a lot of what people have seen before. So having activities off campus, showing them the city and highlighting the great points of the city is really beneficial to keeping them interested and happy at Cal Poly for the next 4 years of their lives. By forcing them to stay on campus, we're not only cutting out any potential information that they'll be getting from the community, we're also forcing them to stay in a very restricted area for somewhere they'll be spending all day at once their classes start. And we want to be relevant to the students. We want to make sure that they stay interested in us as ASI and as a school.
Very good points.
Well, as a professor, I feel that I don't have an overwhelming amount to contribute to this conversation. So maybe could we suggest that you perhaps set up a follow-up meeting with the student body representatives in your office to discuss how to handle this situation?
I totally could do that. So, did you have anything else to?
No, I agree. I think that's a great idea.
I will definitely write it down, talk to my advisors about it, and I will set up a follow-up meeting for it, if that's what everyone wants to do.
Absolutely. As the timer, let me just go over the following points that we have in our meeting. So first up, we said we're going to set a poll for the core semester system, have that on PolyLearn. That's mostly to hear from the students. After that, I'm going to report back to the IFC about deferred rush and having fall rush be available for freshmen now. And then we will have a follow-up meeting about, President Armstrong will have a follow-up meeting with his advisory council about regards to WOW and whether that will be on campus or staying off campus. And that's what we've covered this meeting.
Sounds like it's a great plan.
I think it is so uncool that they want to keep WOW on campus. Like, what is there to do on campus? We have like a bowling alley? Whatever. But at the end of the day, who cares? I'm graduating next quarter. Good luck to next year's freshmen.
It's open. Scriven, better late than never.
How you doing?
Good. Have a seat.
The traffic was just, it was god awful.
Oh, I know.
God awful.
I'm sure farmers market was yesterday, so I'm sure it was busy on the streets right now. But anyways, you actually just missed the meeting. It was 10 minutes ago it ended. But do you want me to refresh you on what happened, or just keep you up to date?
You know, it's probably the best idea.